Welcome to our APAC Partner News video series. I am Sébastien Lefranc, Head of Startup Engagement Program at Ingenico, a Worldline brand. At Ingenico, we strive to be the most trusted technology partner enabling the ecosystem in the new world of payment acceptance. This is the third episode of our partner interview series, in which we put some of our partners in the spotlight and invite them to share with us not only their activities and plan, but also their views on some of the market trend in commerce and payment. Today is a special episode as we welcome the founder of the first startup enrolled in Ingenico's Startup Engagement Program in Asia Pacific. The Startup In program focuses on early stage startups such as fintechs, TechFin, SaaS provider in the commerce space that are either in-store native or have planned to enter the in-store space. If you are one of these, and if you are looking to embed payment or commerce capability into your product, or looking for a go-to-market route in the in-store commerce space, this program is for you. The Startup In program gives startup access to Ingenico technology stack, payment expertise, and commerce ecosystem during their product design and development phase. The program promotes the collaboration with the startup that we work with and connect them to Ingenico partners ecosystem. I am thrilled to have Eric Santan today with me in the studio, Managing Director of Crowdshop, to talk about the future of omni-channel commerce and the value that crowd-shopping can deliver to both merchants and consumer alike. How have you been, Erickson?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Yeah, I understand you've been traveling lately, making the most of the reopening of the borders.
Yes, it's a good thing that our borders have opened up. We have been traveling for the past few months, actually. And most of the time it's been up to Malaysia because we've just opened up our Malaysian office in March this year.
Good, I'm happy to hear that.
Hey.
So before we start, can you introduce yourself to our audience? Say a few words about who you are, your journey.
Okay, sure, no worries. My name's Erickson. So I've been a digital marketer for the past 20 years before I started Crowdshop. I've always been within the performance marketing space. And so to me, everything is really based on performance in terms of delivery.
So I'm sure by now you must have pitched Crowdshop 1,000 times already. Can I ask you to do it one more time for our audience so that we understand what Crowdshop is all about?
Basically, what Crowdshop does is that we are a retail tech company. We basically enable retailers the ability to progressively increase their discount based on sales performance, right? So when a promotional offer is sold each time, it then slowly helps to increase the discount and then thus making it more affordable for more shoppers to buy.
So if I get this right, it's dynamic discount coupled with loyalty. And I also understand you're working on a discount marketplace.
Yes, that's right.
And you would help retailers and merchants to optimize their sales performance, both on the top line and bottom line. Can you talk a little bit about the opportunity that you see in the market for crowd shopping and how Crowdshop is uniquely positioned to capture this opportunity?
Okay, sure. So essentially what we have done is that we have built an algorithm that is proprietary and patented. The opportunity that we see in the market is that there is a lack of a mechanism that allows retailers to confidently give discounts when they are trying to run a price promotion, right? Essentially what happens is that when retailers give discounts, it's static, it's not dynamic. So when you give a static discount, it only targets a very specific group of customers in the market. All right, and we know that spending power is not homogeneous. So therefore, when you have a static discount, it only targets a very small group of customers, right? Now, the other thing is that, well, to target more customers, you would then want to increase your discount as well, right? That will open up you to more potential customers to your store. However, the problem with that is that when you increase your discount, then you are also exposing your business to more risk in the event of a poor sales performance. Right? So then the story is, how do we then actually bring a retailer from a low discount environment into a high discount environment with the promise of sales to actually justify that discount that the merchant is giving, right? And this is how the RXD actually came about. And that's what we actually want to try to help with retailers in terms of giving discounts in the market.
Can I ask you how you got to that market and I guess to that solution? What's the story behind Crowdshop? I'm always interested to, when I talk to startup founders, to understand, but that one moment they came up with that business idea and how it took it from an idea to an actual business.
Crowdshop came about in 2019 when the pandemic came, right? The COVID pandemic. And, it was quite a common sight in the papers where you would see, families, having problems trying to procure computers for their children who had to do home-based learning. And what came to mind was how could we actually help, these families purchase those computers. But when it comes to, a transaction, there are two parties within the equation itself, right? So there is the shopper actually make the purchase, and there would be the merchant who actually sells the product, right? What we kind of like felt was that if we were to make products affordable for people to buy, especially during the COVID period, then we needed to come up with a solution for the merchant to have the confidence to give their products at a better discount, all right? So that's where we came up with the RXD, which is short for retrospective variable distribution model. All right. So it's a proprietary and patented process that we've developed internally. The idea is that we would make this technology available for merchants to give a discount, but progressively give it in the promise of achieving a particular sales target. And the objective is that when merchants know that there is a safety net mechanism that allows them to ensure that they get the sales to justify the discount that they're willing to give, the higher than usual discount that they're willing to give, then they would be more inclined to give that discount and therefore make things more affordable for more people to buy.
So Erickson, you mentioned COVID-19, you mentioned the pandemic. And we know that this has altered the life of millions of people in bad ways, in good ways. Some people will see an opportunity in a crisis like yourself. And it seems like this was really a fork in the road for you, professionally speaking. Looking at the future, though, what do you think are the next steps that Crowdshop needs to take? Where do you want to be in, say, a few years' time?
So for us at Crowdshop, I guess the path forward is very clear. What we want to do with Crowdshop and the technology that we have developed is to make it available to retailers across both online and offline, right? So there will be, e-commerce stores or in-stores retail shops, all right? We believe that this is more secure way of giving discounts, right? And ensuring that retail merchants would actually be confident with the knowledge that unless they hit the sales target, the discounts will not be given, right? And I think this can be applied in anywhere as long as there is some form of transaction, right? So that could be an online space, that could be an in-store environment. So I think, as much as possible, we want to be across these channels as much as possible.
Okay. So you mentioned in-store. That's one of my favorite words, professionally speaking. No, all joking aside, I'm always proud to mention our story because you are the first startup that was on board into our Startup in Engagement program. I'm very proud, but I'm also very grateful. So thank you. If we look at this collaboration between us, how do you see the collaboration between a corporate like Ingenico and a startup like Crowdshop? And what are your expectations out of this?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for us to be part of Ingenico. I think over the years, Ingenico has built a large installed base of merchants using your devices. It was a great opportunity for us to be part with Ingenico, being able to present our technology at PayTech Lisbon. We've met a lot of ISVs and partners that we were able to showcase our technology. I think for us, the thing is, by being with Ingenico, it allows us to be at the heart of transactions. And I guess that is also where we want to be as well, rather than just availing it to retailers online, where retailers are also transacting in store. I think that is also a place where our technology can be used and applied. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's about sums up the value proposition of the program to take the younger startup in store and leveraging our ecosystem. We have now reached the end of today's partner interview. Erickson, thank you so much for your time. I know how precious it is for startup founders. And thank you for the conversation as well.
Thank you very much.
To our audience, stay tuned for the next episode of the APAC Partner News. Until then, if you want to know more about Crowdshop, go to crowdshop.co to find all the details. And if you want to know more about Ingenico's Startup In program, please visit our webpage at business.ingenico.com/startup. You can also follow Ingenico on LinkedIn and Twitter to get the latest news on our journey as the most trusted technology partner, enabling the ecosystem in the world of payment acceptance. Thank you for your time today and see you soon.